How to piss me off. Step 1. Slow internet connection. Everybody absolutely hates slow internet connection. I can relate. It is absolutely infuriating, frustrating when your favorite shows and movies stutter, stick, or stop to load and buffer. And today I will be sharing with you some tips on how you can address some of your internet woes and get just a little bump up in your internet speed. In order to determine whether or not you are genuinely experiencing internet issues, you will want to troubleshoot your network first. In recent times, the internet service providers themselves have been suspected of treating data on the internet differently depending on where the data comes from, where it's going to, and what it is used for. This is illegal and is now trying to be addressed with new regulations and laws on the net neutrality. However, to determine whether or not your ISP is actually throttling your bandwidth, you first need to troubleshoot. Troubleshooting your network would help you to determine whether or not your bandwidth is being throttled by your internet service provider, or it's just a matter of location and configuration of said network. The first and most important step in troubleshooting your network connectivity issues is the placement of your Wi-Fi router. You would want to ensure that your router is placed in a central location that is far away from walls, from other electronics, and any other obstructions. You want to avoid placing your router in the far end of your home where walls, doors, and other obstructions would affect how the signal is being propagated from one end of your home to the next. Try to place your router in an open area, elevated, not all the way down on the ground, because there are more chances that something would impede the signal when it's on the ground. By placing your router at a more elevated height, you will help your router to propagate its signals with minimal interference as possible. Some routers have internal antennas, others have external antennas. If you have a router with only an internal antenna, then you might want to try positioning your router in different places so that you get the most out of your network. If your router has external antennas, however, especially if it has two, the optimal positioning for your antennas would be one vertical and one horizontal. This will help maximize your Wi-Fi reception for optimal speeds. However, if your router only has one antenna, it will take some trial and error with positioning it, whether horizontal, vertical, diagonal. Just try different things and see what works for you and your devices. The next step is pretty standard: securing your network. Following the installation process, your ISP technician will hand you over the login credentials for your network. The network would already be secured with a password. However, you may still want to go into the back end of your router to ensure that your password or network hasn't been hacked and there isn't somebody leeching off your network. In rare cases, the leech is right in your home, streaming Netflix and downloading torrents. The use of heat mapping software will help you find the optimal position for your router. One resource to help you with your Wi-Fi heat map survey is NetSpot. You can upload a plan or an outline of your home, walk around while connected to your Wi-Fi network and see where the signal strength is highest, where it's lowest, where there are gaps, and what areas need to be addressed. Another way of troubleshooting your Wi-Fi issues is to use a Wi-Fi analyzer or channel analyzer to determine whether or not the channel that your router is operating on is crowded. You can download Wi-Fi Analyzer right out of the Play Store, and I will put an alternative if that particular app isn't available for iOS. I will put it right below here. Wi-Fi Analyzer will not only determine the signal strength that you are receiving from your router wherever you are positioned within your home or around your home. It will also determine the signal strength and which channels the nearby Wi-Fi networks are operating on. Once you determine that there are other nearby networks operating on the same channel as your network, you can log into the back end of your router and change the channel on which your network is operating on. And just a disclaimer, enter the back end of your router at your own risk. I am not going to be held responsible for you doing so and messing up the configuration if you don't know exactly what it is you're getting into. And while you're in the back end, you might also want to consider switching to using the 5 GHz spectrum, as the 2.4 GHz could become overcrowded. Now don't go crazy about me mentioning 5G, okay? Most routers have the ability to operate within 2 frequency bands, the 2.4 and the 5 GHz frequency bands. 5G will give you a lot faster speeds, while 2.4 GHz will give you more range. You might also want to consider upgrading your router to one that will give you more range around your home. But remember that more range means more dollars. So if all of the steps above don't work to make your internet faster, your next step would be to download and run a VPN to access the internet. Now, the thing to note about VPNs, or virtual private networks, are that they provide a tunnel to the internet. Most VPNs will allow you to conceal your native IP address, and they will assign you one which will effectively allow you to browse the internet anonymously. Now stick with me here. When you use a VPN to access the internet and you are assigned an IP address from a server in the US or Canada or Germany, essentially your network speed should slow down somewhat. You will want to run a speed test with the VPN running and a speed test without the VPN running. You could go to speedtest.net to do so and compare the speeds. If it is in fact that your speeds with the VPN are higher than your speeds without the VPN, then your ISP is throttling your bandwidth. This is an issue that you would want to take up with your internet service provider, or you can take the issue up with your regulators. Here in Dominica, our regulators are the National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission, NTRC. You can visit their website and file a dispute claim, complete with evidence. You might want to take screenshots or submit any correspondence you've had with your ISP on the issue and forward that to your NTRC. Yeah, you can surely bring down the hammer on your ISP. You just have to know the correct channels that you will need to go through to get it done. And if you like this video and would like to see more content like this, let me know in the comments what you might be interested in seeing, what you might need help with, and I will do my best to address your concerns and suggestions. This has been another tech-based video brought to you by Mellow Island. And by the way, today I am sporting my IB Designs V-neck shirt from IB Designs Jewelry. Check it out. IB. And yeah, so basically IB Designs is a jeweler who was born and raised in Dominica but is based in the VI, who has a ton of very unique jewelry pieces, and you could see from this is one of his designs, super cute. This is another. I always wear this. I always wear these. Let's see. I always wear these. They are very, very unique and I love it. I carry Dominica with me everywhere I go. I simply love it. You could find IB Designs on Facebook, on Instagram, and you could also visit their website if you want to check out some more of the jewelry that they have to offer. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you are updated whenever I post new content. Until next time, have a good day.